It has happened. The Green Bay Packers have grown a pair and said, no more is this pass rush going to be garbage. They have made one of the craziest moves we have seen in recent history, not really just because of the trade capital, but the actual contract they offered him. Of course, we're talking about the Micah Parsons trade. Kenny Clark and 2 first-round picks for Micah Parsons of the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones is getting ripped into as we speak all over Twitter. And Dallas Cowboys fans are sadly in shambles. I'm not, here to talk crap about the Cowboys fans. I know there is probably like 3 whole fans in the entire millions of fandom that would have wanted this to happen. And I can only feel sorry for them because, yes, they're getting 2 first-round picks. And yes, Kenny Clark is okay. He's okay. And they don't have to pay Micah Parsons. But you also just lost basically your entire defense. I'm sorry to say, but I don't care how good your corners are. It doesn't matter. Micah Parsons being gone, that defense is ripped to shreds. He was the absolute heart and soul of that defense, the engine that could, and that is now gone. Kenny Clark is not even coming close to replacing that. He's, at best a run defender at this rate, and a spotty one at that. Of course, the big thing that concerns me as a Packers fan is obviously the contract. $47 million per year in general is insane. You're like, oh, he's a decent quarterback. Wait, he's not a quarterback? No, he's an edge rusher making $47 per year. I don't know what the hell Trey Hendrickson's agent is on, but he got his client fleeced. If Parsons were 47, the whole market's like, wee, while Parsons is one of the best, that is insane money. And of course, Green Bay is going to welcome the hell out of that talent off the edge, as they have been a pretty bad pass rush team for a while now. If you look at this trade, I actually had to put it on very easy because the game wouldn't take it. The Cowboys are like, what do you mean Kenny Clark and 2 first rounds? Never in a million years would that happen. Not even in a video game. We need at least 3 or 4. Nope, that is exactly the trade capital. I remember when I kind of got crapped on for saying Jalen Phillips, Micah Fitzpatrick in a first round for Parsons, thinking it wasn't enough. Are we still on that? Are we still on that train? Because Green Bay is definitely, in my opinion, projected to play and do better than Miami. So say what you will, but I think, maybe I deserve an apology. I'm just saying. But of course, this isn't just a straight-up Micah Parsons rebuild. We do have to look at the Green Bay Packers team, which we have done a rebuild for. Check that out if you want even more Packers content. But this is what the offense looks like, and I gotta say, the receivers were not looking great in preseason. Of course, Matthew Golden still looks promising. Jaden Reed is still the best receiver on this team. Romeo Doubs has all the potential in the world, but will he actually, A, stay healthy, and B, put it together? Christian Watson, a lot of deep threat potential. I mean, he's a good receiver, just again, injury concerns. It was a tough hit that knocked him out for the season. It actually kind of seemed like, the hamstring issues and talking about it being fixed, kind of feel like they actually did get that fixed for him, but unfortunately, he had a pretty bad injury that, sidelined him for the rest of the season. Tucker Kraft, we talked about in the other one, where probably finishing the season as a top 10 tight end. And by top 10, I mean like literally 9 or 10. He is going to explode onto the scene. Offensive line, obviously you got, a pretty good offensive line. I know it's not looking great here. I've said it all offseason. I think Aaron Banks is going to look far superior as a Packer than he was as a Niner. Green Bay just has a way better unit as a whole. And in general, they just seem to make, just find the diamonds out of a rough, right? Like, tell me when Green Bay's had a bad line in the last 20 years, because I can't find it. Even their run blocking is supposedly so bad, yet there's lanes. I don't know if it's just because the scheme is so good for passing, but there's lanes even from a bad run blocking standpoint. Of course, don't need to talk about Josh Jacobs. He was insane last year. And then Jordan Love, I think he's a pretty good quarterback. Top 15 for sure. Top 10 if he can avoid some of those just brain-dead mistakes. I mean, when he's actually locked in, dialed in, and making good decisions, I mean, he can throw it with some of the best, right? But obviously, a lot of that stuff, it is so inconsistent. Oh, my. Look at that defense. Micah freaking Parsons, dude. 98 overall. Let's take a look at how good this guy is. 98 overall, 97 finesse. Hey, why is he turned to us? Of course, the insane speed. Dude, 95 excel. He's ridiculous, dude. Unfreaking believable. Of course, I wonder what happens with the number 11. I mean, is this a chance for Jaden Reed to pop off as something else? I'm not even sure what's free on Green Bay because we don't actually have their proper updated roster. Because I know Malik Heath actually got, one of the roster spots, which is super awesome for him. Number 6, I don't know, is Hardman even on the team anymore? Bro, I have not paid attention to the cuts. Why not number 1? Excuse me? Even though it probably should be retired, but I don't think the number actually is retired. It definitely should be. It's insane that it's not, but, it's not officially retired, so I'm going to allow it. Micah Parsons wearing number 11. I mean, you took our draft capital, you took our defensive tackle, you took our salary cap. You might as well take what number you want as well. Which parking spot do you want? How about that? Of course, looking at the defense, this is a defense that was actually schemed up well. This is a team that probably should not have had any chance of being a decent defense, and it actually was. Of course, focusing on a run defense style rather than pass rush. So I don't necessarily think Rashawn Gary is garbage or washed up. I just think they just had him, playing the run way more than the pass rush. I think Gary has still got it. I think when Parsons is here, they're going to not have to worry about the run as much because you got a guy just coming in at mock speed. You're trying to double him, maybe even double Gary at times if he can get back to form, which, like we said, I think he's got it still. I just, once again, think that they were trying to stop the run because Green Bay's been so bad against the run. The big question is defensive tackles. I know Devontae Wyatt has had some moments, and so has Carl Brooks, but they still just haven't had a guy emerge there. Linebackers, obviously, Edgerrin Cooper seems to be one of the best linebackers in the league already. 79 seems really low for him. Another guy that's probably going to explode onto the scene. Quay, he's serviceable. Isaiah McDuffie, slow and serviceable. Safeties, Evan Williams was better than Bullard last year, but you're expecting Bullard to have a better year this year, and then obviously McKinney's one of the best safeties in the league. Cornerback, also a concern. I mean, here's the thing. Yes, you kill your draft capital a little bit for the future, but let me tell you who the last, 7 or 8 first-rounders Green Bay had were. Matthew Golden, okay, it's still early. He could be great. Jordan Morgan looked pretty bad last year. Very, very not great start. Lucas Van Ness looks like a bust. Devontae Wyatt, I got to call him a bust. Quay Walker, okay. Stokes, garbage, right? Jordan Love, obviously a very good pick. Then Darnell Savage. That goes all the way back to 2019. Tell me which 2 players outside of involving Jordan Love you would not trade for Micah Parsons. Tell me which one. Jordan Morgan and Lucas Van Ness? Devontae Wyatt and Quay Walker? Eric Stokes and Darnell Savage? Would you not trade any of those guys for Parsons? Green Bay has been garbage in the first round, and Micah Parsons is not garbage. Boom. That's my question. That's my statement for the day, and yeah, that's pretty much that. Let's get on to this rebuild where Micah Parsons, man, just make us proud. That's all I can say. What a guy, dude. Green Bay getting Micah Parsons? That's insane. And as much as I wanted Rashawn Gary or Micah Parsons to be the guy we did for this training while I'm speaking here, I can't. Rashawn Gary's too old. He needs his upgrade point. But let me know who you think won the trade, because it is a lot of... This is why they brought in Micah Parsons. It is a lot of money, $47 million per year, but for a talent like Parsons, for how young he is, this is our Khalil Mack. All right, this is our Khalil Mack trade. For any, Bears fan, which probably aren't going to talk crap, you did just as bad, okay? Which turned out pretty damn good. Get the hell off of him! And of course, let me know what team you want to see rebuild next. Today was actually supposed to be a Vikings rebuild, and then Sunday was going to be a a Giants rebuild, but yeah, that's obviously going to be changed. We are doing a Packers rebuild today. This is crazy. Once again, I was kind of trolling, but no, this is why they went for Micah Parsons. What is this? We're not even going to get silver. Okay, we got silver. That's all that matters. You get that upgrade point. Also, pretty sweet. You can get in and out of the freaking player cards pretty quickly. That's nice, isn't it? And I didn't want to edit this. Oh, wow. They don't even have Zach Tom's contract now. How the hell did Green Bay afford this, by the way? Do we know? Of course, I didn't want to do this contract until we actually had to do the contract, just to put in perspective of what EA thinks Parsons is worth. Ridiculous, dude. I don't know how we're going to do this rebuild. I don't know how Green Bay is going to do it in real life. They are like the cap wizards, so... We either win a Super Bowl, maybe multiple Super Bowls, or we're the Saints in 3 years. So that'll be fun. All right, this is a lot closer of a finish here than I was hoping for. But at the same time, let's not get it twisted. Green Bay is not a perfect team because they added Micah Parsons. Yes, everyone's hyped right now, but when you actually look at the roster top to bottom, there are obviously weaknesses. Cornerback, DT. If they can just run down the middle by just boxing out, really, Micah Parsons and Rashawn Gary, they could probably do that. I mean, Green Bay's got a little bit of linebackers going on, but overall, it's not a perfect team. But, wide receivers are concerning. 20 sacks for Parsons, number 1 sacker in the league, joining the new team. But obviously, there's a lot of hype. There's a lot of hope in Green Bay right now, and I don't give a damn about the draft picks, and I don't want to sound mean, like I don't give a damn about Kenny Clark, but when you're talking about okay, Kenny Clark or Micah Parsons, it's not even a question. Ooh, look at this season for Golden, maybe Rookie of the Year. But yeah, that money, dude. I would have been way more in on like 42 per, but man, 47 is crazy. Gary, 9.5 sacks, 20.5 for Parsons. If they can get a season like this out of him, obviously, he could be a bust for well, not really a bust, but a bust of a trade for the rest of the tenure, and it's already worth it. It's like 20.5 sacks in a Green Bay uniform. That is the most hype of all time. It is worth everything already. But yeah, let's take a look at the team. Offense Rookie of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, number 2 for Parsons. Abdul Carter is a rookie, though. Golden, he's a superstar, which is fantastic. Best running back, 2. What about the pass rusher, number 2? Damn, I can't believe Parsons just getting cocked alive here by his former division rival. Anyways, let's go on to this wild card round. Green Bay versus Commanders. If the Packers win in year 1, that is... I'm going to have to, I don't even know, show you the interior of the code to prove that I didn't cheat. Because, yes, I really want to win the Super Bowl year 1. It would be insane. Obviously, the quicker I can get this out, the better in general, but just to win in year 1 would be like the ultimate, well, yeah, Micah Parsons was totally worth it, right? Let's move on, though. Let's see if we can do this. I want to see Micah Parsons in action, so we're definitely going to come out here. Of course, another former NFC East rival for Parsons, as the Commanders are kind of destroying us right now. I don't like this. 3rd and 17. The defense not playing well, but the offense is playing really badly. If Parsons was, frustrated with the offense he had in Dallas, well, welcome to Frustration City again, as what a throw. We're not going to try to juke or anything. Let's just get that all the way. 100 yards after that pretty big throw, by the way. This is a really bad decision to go for this. I'm not going to lie with you. This is a brain-dead decision, but I'm committed to it. I'd rather have Golden on the slant. Golden. And he's going to barely get it. I think Golden's going to be deadly on slants this year. I really do. I know it's that preseason play that's getting me, but still 3rd and 10, 1st and 10. Huge drive. 3-point deficit. 3rd and 10, 4th and 6. Get the stop. 3rd and 14. Okay, I'm going to have to punt it. They're going to pretty much guarantee points from that. No, they will not. Good job, D. This offense, though. I mean, again, we're sorry, Micah. You've went from incompetent to incompetent, apparently. 10 minutes in the 4th quarter. Oh, yeah, we got Parsons. I forgot. Forgot about this guy. I was like, who the hell is this guy? Double team? That's illegal. First down to the 6. Yeah, you got doubled up really easily there. This is bad. 9 minutes left, and they are moving on us. It's 3rd and 6. Goal at the 6. 2-yard line. Are they going to go for this? They're going to go for this. This is huge. Either side, no matter how you want to look at it. Parsons moving around. Come on. Defense. Oh, no! They didn't give me the grab! They ran it on a blitz, and it worked! Oh, that's huge for them. 10-point game. Rico Dowdle, the guy who traded in Panthers franchise. Bro. How are we losing so many yards here? We're going backwards more than we're going forward. We need some time here. I have to just force that in for a pick. Yeah, these sliders are on insano mode, in case you were wondering. Oh, yeah. Panthers franchise, next episode is going to be a disaster. 3rd and 6, 4th and 2. All right, it's not over, but... Dude, the Commanders must have the most sacks in a single game in NFL history. I have never seen this before. I've genuinely never seen this before. I've never seen that. Like, I've never seen a team get sacked as much as we have. And then... Well, we lose the round 1. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that would be insanely lackluster. I got to see how many times they sacked us. It must have been 12 times. 3.5, 3. That's 6.5. 7.5, 8, 9, 10 times for the Packers offensive line. And of course, even though I wanted us to win, obviously, but I also kind of expected this. Of course, Green Bay trades for Micah Parsons, but Detroit's the one in the Super Bowl. Oh, no. I already can see the memes. Did all that to lose in the wild card round, whatever, you know. And Detroit wins a Super Bowl. Of all the times for Detroit to win a Super Bowl, are you serious? Are you kidding me right now? Of course, take a look at the team. Jacobs to X Factor is a massive one. Golden to Superstars, massive. Defensively, anything going on? Gary? No, Gary. Wyatt? I think he would have already been star dev. McDuffie definitely went to star. Not really the most exciting of years, but, you know, we got to the playoffs. Micah Parsons had 20-plus sacks. It's progress. Aaron Rodgers has seen enough. He's out of here. He's out of here. No retirements for us because, once again, Green Bay is going into the season with, especially losing Kenny Clark, the youngest team in the league yet again. But yeah, somehow the team actually has money. We're going to lose Rasheed Walker. We're going to lose Romeo Doubs, but I think we're going to keep Quay. I suck with linebackers this year, so even though Quay is not the best of players, a 3 or 21 I think I can live with. We have $9.6 million left. Christian Watson, you know, all the potential in the world was there, and it just didn't work out. Daniel Whelan, the Ireland man himself, even though it's funny. It's like, oh, Daniel Whelan, he's from Ireland. Oh, that's cool. I wonder what he sounds like. And he's like the most like standard sounding white dude in the world. It's like, oh, well, that's lackluster. Like you're expecting, oh yeah, I love me some football. Yeah. I don't even know if that's even close to Irish, but no, he's just like, yeah, you know, I grew up in Ireland, but it's not really my, it's not really, you know, I wasn't really there. It's like, okay, I guess. Green Bay gains their, you know, franchise pass rusher. Detroit loses theirs, but they won the Super Bowl. So who the hell can talk crap about them? Not me. Tell you that much. But yeah, we can't spend money in free agency. I can't even believe we have this kind of money in general. I get it, right? We don't have our left tackle anymore. We lost some players, but this is way better than I thought it was going to be. And I could just put Anthony Belton at, you know, left tackle. We've lost nothing technically. And then looking at the defensive side of the ball, DT and corner. DT and corner. We focus corner, or DT and somewhat corner. So we should have a good idea of most of the players at the positions. And Dallas actually is number 1 overall. Unbelievable. They actually were the worst team in the league. We would have had 22 if we didn't get rid of that first round pick, but I completely forgot we actually lost that first round pick. I don't know why I did, considering that's like the bulk of the trade. But we're moving on to the second round because there was a lot of corners. I'm expecting there to be one there. If there's not, that'd be crazy because I had some 2 to 3s. Wow, they're not. Well, we're going to be completely banking on Jonathan Hart here. I'm actually going to trade up for it. He's a round 1 talent. There was 2 2 to 3s with 7 1 to 2s, and they're all gone. What did I just do? That's actually fine. I don't know why it made it seem like because we're on very easy still. I just cheated. Damn. Yeah, because I'm about to say it probably would have cost us an extra 5th round. I think it would have 4th and a 5th would have done it. So we're going to take our guy. We're cheating, but we'll give them a 5th round pick. It would have been a 4th and a 5th to make that happen. 22, which is where our first round pick would have been. And sadly, normal dev. Wow, that did not go the way I wanted it to. And I don't know what it would have cost. It might have been another 5th. I'm just going to give them 2 5ths, call it a day. Why? I almost stole their second round pick. I didn't even mean to do that. Inadvertently almost cheated again. Oh my God. Somebody stop this guy. I would say Smith or probably Kitchens, right? He's got the B block shed. Kitchens is going to be the guy, I think. Pretty good strength, actually. So please get hidden. That corner being normal sucks. That DT being normal sucks too. Damn. Pretty thin draft class for the Green Bay Packers. One of their thinnest in history. Maybe the thinnest, because Green Bay actually definitely aims for a quantity over quality type of draft. But, you know, at the same time, Green Bay has been getting crapped on for being too safe. And they have done the opposite of safe, obviously. We could use multiple linemen. I like Herrera, though. 6'1", looks okay. You know, he's not fast, but I need linebacker depth. Even if he sucks, you know, maybe he's okay. Okay, yeah, like I said, okay. 106 is okay. Sadly, only normal, but that's not even that slow. I thought he was going to be slower than that, too. Hopefully one of the UDFAs is there. If not, it doesn't matter that we have all 5 linemen. Dion Parsons, anyone named Parsons, I just lock eyes with now. Take a look at our draft recap. Definitely not our best work, but we didn't have many draft picks, so what do you want from me? 76, 73, 70, 75 for the long snapper. Jonathan Hart. I think this is a pretty good draft class, though. If Green Bay lands something like this after the trade, it's pretty good. Like, this is the best corner they've drafted since Jair by far. I don't think he has the potential to become Jair, but he's got a potential to at least stay on the field. Damn, did he really hit him that hard with it? He did. There was one corner I definitely wanted. It was a 2 to 3. Let's see when he went. I can't believe they all went. What did Dallas get out of our pick, actually? Where the hell was 22? The hell is 22? So that's whatever. Let's go to the Cowboys. So they got Holcomb. Oh, I actually had this guy on my list. He's actually not bad. I don't know if his dev is hidden or not. Nope, normal. Oh, the fact that we can go... See, the backing out, they said that this was still going to be a problem, which, yeah, I mean, I'll take it. I'll take something over nothing, but yeah, it is still a problem backing out. It's slow as hell. Where do the corners go? Oh, my lord. I went way too far here. That was our corner. Barker. Barker was the 6'3" guy. No, it was Barker, actually. He was the 2-3, 6'3". So, yeah, we didn't really miss out. Unfortunately, just normal devs all over the place at corner. Yo, they got Desmond Watson on the roster. I actually love that move. What the hell? The Saints love their project edge rusher, so Lucas Van Ness to the Saints for a 4th-round pick. And here's the team for season number 2. Matthew Golden sits at the number 1 spot, of course. 2 kind of shorter wide receivers, but you can get away with that. If they're good route runners, you know, Miami didn't have any problems 2 years ago or year ago-ish. Jordan Love, 86 overall. Need to get that dev up. Jacobs concerns me with the age a little bit, but we should still have a window of at least 2 more seasons with most of the players. O-line, obviously, you lose your left tackle, but you get a replacement. Thank the Lord for the Packers in real life, because I didn't draft a single lineman. Didn't have the picks to do so. Tucker Kraft at 80 overall. Wish he was higher. Defense, still a major concern, but obviously still you got that left end who is hopefully going to carry this team back to the playoffs defensively at least. Hart, 76 overall, is pretty good. Just, again, normal dev. Same with Kinchins, who is going to be our DT1. Got to start all the youthful players, because the guys that are, you know, the alternatives are basically the same overall, but way older. Hey, there you go. Carrington Valentine, star dev. Even that's a slot. That's still a big dev up. Our corners suck. Wait. I think Matthew Golden's an X Factor. Hold on a minute. I skipped through because I was like, you know, another stupid dev up chance. And yeah, he got to X Factor. Oh my. Superstar X Factor for Matthew Golden. Even in the last rebuild that we did with the Packers, we did not get that kind of dev up. Of course, you can see the overall went crazy because we have auto upgrading on. So if you do one upgrade, it automatically just does both. So he didn't go that high from one upgrade, but still, he looks insane. All right, this is where I concern myself. 52 million, Jaden Reed, Tucker Kraft, Elton Jenkins. Wait, how is Green Bay doing this? How the hell is this all they have to worry about? Am I missing something? Obviously, you don't want to lose Elton Jenkins. They're probably going to find a way to do it in real life. I don't know if I'm going to be able to here, but I thought we were going to be decimated sooner than we are. And yet, really, the worst we're losing is Elton and Tucker Kraft. Who, yeah, I mean, obviously, in real life, you don't want to lose them either. I'm probably thinking more of Madden. Losing, you know, Tucker Kraft and Madden isn't that big of a deal, where in real life, yeah, it's probably pretty significant. But Carrington Valentine's here. What do we got money-wise? 31. I mean, we can pay Elton, but I think it is going to be a problem in the future. So outside of a 1-year deal... Wait, that was a 3-year? Oh, it's not even that bad. I thought that was for 2. Okay, 2-year 31. Yeah, I'm down. If we can try to get 2-year, you know, something around that money, we'll do it for sure. We'll need a new tight end. We'll need a new DT, which, I mean, we already want one. 28 years old, obviously. Wicks is a good player, but will he ever put it together? Musgrave, will he ever stay healthy or on his feet? Who knows? Again, we're losing some players, but again, it could have been worse. Let's take a look. Was that Bears game all for nothing? Or okay, we do. We barely win the division. Lions at 10-7. Would we have made it? Yeah, we would have made it. As long as you win those 10 games in the NFC, you're usually fine. I can't believe how close these seasons are getting, though. Like, we have Micah Parsons, and we're 10-7. If we didn't have him, and we're looking at least 2 more losses per season, Jordan Love, way better year, obviously. Jacobs was great. Receivers, Jaden Reed, superstar to have. Golden's already an X Factor. He doesn't need it, and he still had a good year. Wicks was very good, and then tight end, it's the Packers scheme. It's going to always suck. Zach Tom, though, 4 sacks allowed. Actually, pretty good blocking numbers, all things considered. Parsons, really? 19.5 sacks. What a garbage trade. 40 sacks in 2 years. Unbelievable. Gary at 10. Maybe gets a superstar. DTs were rough. Picks. Hobbs and Cooper, please go up and dev. McManus, not his best work. Punting, Daniel Whelan. Pretty good with, well over 50 yards per punt. Number 2 in offensive yardage. What about the MVP? Love it, 3. Not bad, actually. Jaden Reed, the offensive player of the year. That could be X Factor. Again, I hate you. I hate the Giants. Abdul Carter wins Defensive Player of the Year again over Parsons. Rookie of the Year, Herrera. That's why you start the rookies. Best QB 2. Best running back 2. Best wide receiver 1. Best O-line number 10. Best D-line, Parsons number 2 again. Adrian Cooper 5. DB at 5. Kicker at 8. But again, back in the playoffs. Guess who? The Commanders. This time we're at home, but of course it's the Commanders again. Of course, we should see some dev ups, so Jaden Reed to superstar, maybe X Factor. Love should go to superstar. Guaranteed? No. Maybe. Should be going to Superstar. Who else? Maybe Gary if we're lucky. Maybe Hobbs. Hopefully Cooper. All right, revenge against the Commanders. Please, just let us win a game here. If we do a 5-year rebuild with this Micah Parsons fella and we don't win a Super Bowl, I am going to be devastated. I'm going to fall to my knees at Walmart. Just like the Cowboys fans that heard about the trade. Our offense is they're literally getting cooked. The defense obviously isn't playing well either, but the offense is giving up the shortest fields ever. Okay, the defense is really selling now. 17-point game. I mean, the NFC East curse. All of a sudden, Green Bay can't beat NFC East teams despite not really having much issues with them for the most part-ish. Dude, it is literally inches. I can't even see the first down line. It's so close. As Jacobs will get that first down. And we're going to have to come in here. No wear and tear. Damn, son. I do have wear and tear on, right? I think... Because the glitch right now is progressive fatigue you do not want to have on. Tucker Kraft, I'm sorry you're going to be a free agent, but we appreciate your effort here. Yeah, the defense, just as much of a problem. That's a really good throw. I mean, these are some hot ones, dude. You got Jaden Reed on that outside. Post from Golden. That's terrible. For them, another freaking perfect throw to Golden, who holds on. Maybe not. Tucker. What a catch, dude. 36 seconds left. We are asking for a miracle. I mean, gonna have to force this. Oh my god, he catches it. Come on to the line. I'm glad he dropped it. He would have been short. QB sneak for Mr. Jordan Love. We're a whole yard away, dude. This is a lot to ask for. And he gets it. Okay, I mean, there's still a chance. All right. I think that's how you do it. Oh! What was that? Bro, I actually thought we had it. There's no way. Look at this. I saw this. Dude, I'm like, this is going to hit his arm. It's going to stop. That guy can't get it. And our guy's going to hop on this thing. And instead, no. Using the actual force. That's the theme song, right? I haven't watched those movies in literally like at least 8 years. That's crazy. What an attempt, though. The Commanders again, huh? The Commanders again. Can someone please take this team out before we have to face them? Jacobs was garbage in the playoffs. Golden has been ridiculous, though. And, of course, we don't get anything from freaking Parsons in the game. Well, Parsons is killing it in the regular season. The playoffs, he's got the Green Bay curse, man. Green Bay's going to kill it in the regular season, individually and as a team. But once the playoffs hit, they don't know what football is. They forget. That's all I can say. They don't know what it is. Aaron Rodgers looked at that stat line of Parsons doing bad in the playoffs. That's my boy. That's my man. Of course, you know, of course the Commanders make the Super Bowl, but Rodgers does get a little more hate in the playoffs than he deserves. His numbers are pretty good. He's taken a lot of risks, and he just hasn't had the team around him for most of the... Not always. I'm not going to completely deny that Rodgers was at fault. Like, he's had some seasons that were his fault, but of course, as far as like the most recent years, a lot of the years, yeah, it's not really his fault. Let's take a look at the retirements. Anyone? Freaking Micah Parsons after realizing he's back on the Dallas Cowboys, technically, the way we're playing. Jordan Love? Yes. Jaden Reed, superstar dev. Fantastic. What about the defense? Damn, Rashawn, you could have done something for us. Hobbs, though, superstar dev. Would have loved Hart getting a star dev. And then the big one, Herrera. No dev up for Cooper or Hobbs, but Herrera all the way to superstar. Massive draft pick, actually. Didn't think he was going to be that. I thought, you know, a lot of these rebuilds have been doing linebacker-wise. We've just been getting some, you know, some depth guys. But that guy actually was, you know, significant for us. Rashawn Gary's still looking pretty good. Little disappointed, though, in some of those positions, right? Like corner and DT were some of the positions we're really worried about. And while Hobbs and Carrington got a little bit of a dev up, as far as the youth goes, didn't really develop too much. And that continues to be the same. Kraft, as much as he was clutch for us in that playoff game, gotta let him go. Wicks, probably don't have to, but we will. And then Musgrave at 26. 24 or 5, yeah, I'd probably just try to develop him, but no, not at that age. $18 million. Hopefully some rookie reserve shows up. It definitely won't, but if it does, maybe we'll find somebody in free agency, and no, it doesn't. So back to the draft to replace a lot of these positions, which, again, no first-round pick due to the trade. But after that, we are back in business in the first round, and I am not like the Green Bay Packers in real life. I will land a stud or trade down, okay? I am not afraid to draft someone good like they are. All right, we are in the draft. Bro, you know what's going to happen? This is going to be just like a different rebuild I have that I don't even remember which rebuild it is. I have literally like 1.5 rebuilds ready to go that keep getting pushed because of real life events from trades and stuff. So I don't even remember which one it is, but there's a rebuild where tight end does not go as well as I was hoping it would have. But this one is opposite of that. This is way better. But crazy enough, they both fall to where we are. So we'll have to take a look at who is better. I really like Borden. And, you know, the last time Green Bay won a Super Bowl, just saying, they had a white dude. It's like the only white dude you're going to get is a tight end at best. He looks great. Let's go for him. The power of the Patriots is with us. 32 true. Hidden Dev, 88 speed, 6'6". I can't believe both of them fell, though. I am shocked. Oh, I forgot we had corner. Well, we don't really need corner that bad. I'm not going to say it's the last one, but for this rebuild, it's the last, like, finesse type I take. He doesn't look great, to be honest, but maybe this will be the guy with hidden. And it is! Okay. Redeemed my faith in humanity. And here we have a D3 who's more of a finesse blocker. Let's see. 74. Yeah, 74 true talent. Dev. Okay. Of all the rebuilds for me to suck at drafting linemen, it's the Packers, dude. One of the best depth O-line builders in the entire league. And I'm struggling, dude. That's so crazy. Alvarado. DT looks good. Nose tackle, obviously, but we kind of need a nose tackle. So why not? True talent 10. Of course, that's nose tackle archetype. But he actually is hidden. Okay. So we still suck on the O-line, but we are cooking on the D-line. And Tito Sanchez is going to be that guy, 6'4", 308. Could absolutely play tackle. So true talent 18. But also normal, man. Again, the team that is like known for finding diamonds in the rough at O-line and sucking in the first round. That's how Green Bay does it, dude. 45 true. Come on. Thank you. Finally. You know, to find them is pretty easy, but to get the devs, a little bit harder today. I don't know what it is. 10 mil left. We're managing the cap just well enough. Nose tackle 78. I'm not going to go crazy over him because, again, he's a nose tackle, so his archetype is bugged still. Unless they fix that, which I don't think that was in the patch notes. 87 with kind of like the arm padding. Are you kidding me? Did we just grab Gronkowski? Hopefully. Yeah, we might have. What's the truck? Yeah, I think it is. Is this not the Gronkowski build? What's the spec catch? Only 73. Wow, and he fell to us. Again, I'm trying not to spoil that one because you'll probably know what I mean when we actually do that rebuild. Maybe on Sunday. I don't know. But, yeah, I wish that tight end situation would have went like this. Superstar dev for the DT as well. Okay, while the O-line position wasn't great, you know, I'm just trying to find, I mean, asking 90 is not a crazy number for Green Bay to wear, but I'm just trying to find the guy who asked. I'm not even sure what the hell I'm even yapping about anymore. 72 power moves, so actually not a bad overall. At minimum, like a 74 overall if the bugs weren't bugged. You know what I mean? Superstar for the other guy, too. And he's wearing Kenny Clark's number. That is insane. That's crazy. But yeah, the tight ends we had, at least the one I wanted, who went a whole round early in that rebuild, wasn't even as good as the guy we just got. So, I mean, I like that, right? Like, it should be like that. It should be randomized. Why did we go in there here again? Oh, yeah, the tight end. I don't really care too much. Who was the other tight end? Because we obviously had a choice between two. So we had Borden, and then the other tight end was McLean, 86 overall, 74 for the Browns. Wow. I'll be real with you. If we had both scouted and I could guarantee McLean was 1-2 as well, we probably would have went McLean. Here is the squad for season number 3. Our O-line is definitely not where I'd want it to be, and I worry about, you know, the future of this team. We got Elton Jenkins on a 2-year 33. But, yeah, we're going to start Sanchez because he's about the same overall as Banks. Again, I think Aaron Banks is going to be better as a Packer than he was a Niner, but as far as us, you know, we get it. He's an older guy in Madden. He's just not going to develop. Jacobs must have regressed at least a point or two, but again, we're going to focus him on the training, and, you know, he'll get back at least an overall. Of course, Borden, dude. What a move. We are upgrading massively at tight end. He's going to be way higher than Tucker Kraft by the end of the year. 81, 82 probably, which I guess isn't way higher, but for his first year in the league, it kind of is. Linebackers, a lot better that Herrera's around here now, and then DTs look promising. Obviously, Alvarado, it's a little weird that he's, you know, DT1 when he's a nose tackle, but I got to do what I got to do. Of course, we're going to be moving Hart to 3 because he's still young. Valentine's still young, and this is his best chance to dev up. I think if Hart goes up to star, really even just a season from now, you're probably looking at Hart at 1, Valentine 2, Hobbs back in that number 3 slot role. I think that works out pretty well. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really too worried about the talent of this team. It's just, when will that contract wall hit? Because it's going to happen. You can't pay Parsons and Love all that money and not run into issues sooner or later. Having a so-so season so far. We have some money, but who do we got to pay? Obviously, oh man, Cooper's a lot, though. Cooper Bullard for sure. Gary, I think. Morgan, maybe not, especially since O-line's not that hard to develop. Draft anyways, so got to at least keep 30 for Golden. I think McKinney is a casualty. I don't think you can let Jacobs go. 2-year 21. Okay, 2-year 21 for Jacobs. I think you lose McKinney. Like, you can't pay everyone. We talked about, when is that contract situation going to come up? This is definitely the first we're feeling it. But even though McKinney is a big loss, we also should be able to handle it. Damn, we're about to lose freaking Gary as well. He's been good, but he hasn't been, like, insanely elite. Bullard, we got to try to keep. I hate drafting safety. Can't lose both safeties in 1 year, right? And then Gary, at least a year. I don't know if I can do 2. 1 year 27. So we at least have a year 4 with most of the team intact. 14 mil left, losing some more players, but we're managing. So, I don't know. Maybe this Parsons move wasn't great because somehow we are just barely sneaking in the playoffs, which, I mean, that's what Green Bay does lately, but still, you want, 10-7. Like, barely. And, yeah, really, now we're a 6 seed. What was the 7 seed? 9-8, 9. So 9-8 teams that missed, right? You have the Bears and Panthers missing at 9-8. That could have been us. Unbelievable. Dude, how? Wow, 27 sacks by Parsons, by the way. Ridiculous. Of course, they obviously have to fix the sack numbers. Are way too high. But finally, it looks like Parsons is the best defensive player in the league. I don't need to show you the schedule. Dude, 10-7? Come on, dude. Jordan Love, 35-5, 41-60. Pretty good. Jacobs, obviously great still. Hopefully he continues to be great. Williams, we put him as the gadget, and things are looking good. We got 3 really good receivers. Borden was pretty good for a Packer scheme. I will say, though, if we don't get it done this year, we're probably moving on. Wow, Gary was garbage. Parsons, obviously amazing. Everyone else, though, kind of mid. Alvarado, actually pretty good for a nose tackle with the sack numbers, but we're probably going to move to a different scheme because I don't know what to tell you. A Packer scheme's usually good enough, but so far things have not gone super well for us. Jordan Love, Offensive Player of the Year, number 5. Parsons still not number 1. 4 more sacks than Carter, but still doesn't win it. I hate the Giants, dude. Jordan Love 2, Jacobs 2. Where's Devontae Adams? Rams. I don't know why I thought it looked like it said Lions, but it was not. Parsons best D-line, so he wins best D-line, but not best defensive player. I don't know what that means. Obviously, he drops back and makes plays in coverage too. We have a higher overall than the Eagles, but the way we're playing right now, I don't know if I feel confident. All right, end of the game, left to right, looks to be us. We drive down and don't score, but they do the same. Now it's up 7, 14-0. These NFC East teams are going to be the death of me. There we go. Oh, really? They score a touchdown in like 30 seconds? 35 points in the first half. Dude, I'm telling you, if this rebuild is any indicator what's going to happen in real life, Green Bay made a terrible error. Golden, obviously. There's no way. Okay, I was about to say, dude, if he freaking gives up that freaking first down, we're down 21. Let us live. For the 4th screen pass, always a risk. Let's try it. Nobody's on it. I mean, this should be literally a touchdown. Good blocking. There goes Jacobs. They blew that. All right, we have life. Huge conversion. What other play is going to get in there quick enough? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. And it's a screen. No, Parsons! He got beat! Wow. Oh. Hold on a minute. Wait, they actually made a really good decision. As much as I really want to win this, Super Bowl, I've also got to shout out, the game actually making a good call. And 42 points. So much for Micah Parsons changing his defense, huh? Like, that is ridiculous. 2 losses to the Commanders and then 1 to the Eagles. The Cowboys' curse has traveled to Green Bay. Unbelievable. I guess we're changing schemes, both sides, because Parsons got cooked on a freaking read option. I mean, that's game-changing, right? And he blew it. No way that would happen in real life. Like, Parsons just read those up, snuffed out those plays so many times. But in game, they said 99 overall. Ain't smart enough, I guess. Got beat on that blitz. Another season of bad. Heading on to year 4, this might be a failed rebuild. We made the playoffs every time, but Green Bay kind of does that on their own anyways. As, again, 2 times now, the team we lost to in the very first round is the team that goes to the Super Bowl. That's tough. Dude, I'm kind of mad. Jesus, the Eagles are on a tear. They won 31-0 against the Texans. That's insane. Take a look at our DevOps. Jordan Love is an X factor. Jacobs keeps going down, but he's fine. He's still living. He's all right. And then Williams goes to superstar, which, I mean, doesn't really surprise me. He had a really good year. Superstar dev. Do we have to pay him now or later? I'm trying to think. I think it's next year, right? Because you have Golden that we didn't have to pay. Then defensively, I don't even remember who the hell had superstar or not. But Hart did not go to star, I'll tell you that much. Oof, tough stuff. Let's go to retirement, see if we had any, which I don't think we did. We still have Rashawn Gary for 1 more year, so we can buy some time. McManus retires. And buy some time for at least 1 more season before we need an edge rusher. But yeah, that money that is now Gary's is going to belong to Golden next season. Can't do a 5th year because it's about the same price or cheaper or more expensive than it'll be when we need to pay him proper. McKinney can't do it. Morgan can't do it. So we're losing a safety. We're losing a guard. But we do have the guard replaced already, sort of, I think. But yeah, safety, we are going to have to draft someone. Finally do have that first-round pick, though, so maybe we're not too bad. Oh, 25 mil. Maybe we can find a replacement safety for cheap in free agency. Probably not, but maybe. Strong safety, no. Free safety, Jabril. 1 year for Jabril. You have Kalen Bullock, who I always call Caden. I don't know if you can afford him long-term, though. I think I'd rather take the safe bet of pretty much guaranteeing Jabril Peppers on a 1 year 11 than to risk Kalen Bullock and then lose both, right? Because I suck at drafting. Well, I don't suck at drafting safety, but you have to draft high usually now. So I don't want to do that. DT could use an upgrade, but that's fine. O-line, again, we could use... Morgan's 27, by the way. So, I mean, what are you really missing there? But, yeah, let's hopefully get Jabril Peppers. So we lose our safety out, but we at least get a decent replacement. And with that, we just need a guard, sort of. Still need a future-proof, cornerback, safety, all that kind of stuff. But, again, despite the contract of Micah Parsons, despite the draft capital loss of Micah Parsons, the trade at least, we are still in it. Who did McKinney go to? The Bears? I mean, both teams kind of trading off safeties. A little bit of revenge there, I suppose. All right, we're coming up on this being a failed rebuild as we do 5 years. I thought they fixed this. Did they not fix this? Bro. All right, we'll fix it. Don't worry about that. But we have pick 22. We're coming up on a failed rebuild here. Ben Jones might be a guy we take because we do need edge. Didn't really get to scout edge too well. Most of them are like top 5, top 10s. Cornerback, though. Yeah, this guy is as good as advertised. He looked solid. Scout him further just to confirm, and he is very good. So with this pick, I would like Ben Jones. So if I can get to 15 and Ben Jones is there, I'm going to take him. Do also have some of the corners. As much as I like Davis, Woodbury's great too. So we're going to go to 15. We're on the Panthers pick. If Ben Jones is there, I'm going to have to trade up for him. Future-proof for Gary because I'm pretty damn sure Rashawn Gary's gone after this season, especially after the season he just had for us. I think he's going to be gone, and we are going to need a pass rusher to replace him, obviously. But hopefully, you know what? Hopefully we don't even need to worry about that. Hopefully we win a Super Bowl here. Year 4 is usually our mark, but with the way this Packers team is built now, Green Bay is a up and down rebuild, whereas a lot of teams, they are a down and up. If you kind of know what I'm talking about here, which is, of course, they kind of start off pretty young, they start off pretty good. Then you have to worry about the contracts because the guys start to get good. So your window closes a little bit sooner. But yeah, overall, I mean, we've done well. We got into the playoffs every time, but we've been destroyed in the playoffs at every single time at the same time. 4th round pick. I don't know if that's going to be enough. It's not, but it's close. It's close. Do a 5. Got rid of some of our depth, but I really wanted this edge rusher, Ben Jones. Of course, maybe not the biggest need right now, but the guy looks good. He's a round 1-er. He's a finesse type. Fast enough. Prototypical size, so let's see it. 16 true. Big question is that dev, though. I knew it, but what can I do? I mean, the guy looks good. I have to take a chance. Of course, when it's all said and done, that is arguably a bad draft pick, sadly to say, but it kind of is. Unless I'm going to take a chance on Singh, who's 5'9". I might take the corner now. He looks good, obviously. Sure. Brian Davis. True talent, 13. Also, man, the normal devs have been so brutal this rebuild. Evan Stewart's going to be the pick here. Day 3 with 2 to 3 talent. I swear, dude. Thank you. I need to rack up a couple of hit-ins because this is kind of getting ridiculous. Now, don't get me wrong, the corner and edge rusher are good players, but normal dev is tough. It is obviously not what you want when drafting, believe it or not. Spoiler alert. And, continue to go for some more linemen. UDFA, Hoskins, 55 true, also hidden. So there we go. Starting to pick up a little bit of the linemen. Starting to, clean up there, get some depth. The guys you have right now, like a lot of normals on that O-line, so we're probably going to start these hiddens. Hopefully they develop nicely. Do we take another? What about Canfield? B finesse. He's okay, but he's not going to beat Ben Jones, and obviously you're not getting rid of Micah Parsons. He's on a 4-year deal. Friedman, a finesser. We've seen these guys a lot. I don't really need the linemen anymore, but I'm just going to take the linemen. Why not? Why not? Just why not? It's a lot of expensive guys there. 76 true, hidden dev. That would be our future center, assuming we can't afford Elton Jenkins. Maybe you can keep Rashawn, because I forgot about Elton Jenkins. Give me the superstar. 101 true. Normal dev, not even star. Sometimes you get those superstar devs that are like super UDFAs, but nope, not today. Also, this is by far the fastest rebuild I've ever recorded. Like, we're on a roll despite losing. The guys are pretty good. 77 overall. So, yeah, Jones is, he's primed to steal the job from, well, maybe not steal, but replace Rashawn if we need him to, which is fantastic. We need him at right end, I think, instead of left end, but that's fine. And then Brian Davis, maybe he's the safety. 84 zones, pretty insane. 6'3". Do you start him at, because I don't really have a spot for him to start this season. Do you start him at safety? Jabril's the backup? That might be the plan. O-line, maybe one's a hidden, or not a hidden, a superstar. Fantastic, cool. We'll see them when I change their positions. Of course, we don't really care too much about the devs as much as obviously, yes, I want superstars. It doesn't change much knowing them. I say that all the time now, but it's true. Knowing the dev doesn't really change much for us. This guy would be a future tackle probably, but I guess for right now he can be a guard. Dev star. Then you have Hoskins, who he will be the left guard, but likely a left tackle as soon as next season when Belton's gone, because there's no way we're paying Belton. He's been okay at best. He's not that good of an overall. But for right now, left guard, maybe left tackle next season. And then Harbor, who will most likely be our center, assuming we can't afford Ellen Jenkins. Again, hopefully we don't have to worry about that. Maybe we'll win a Super Bowl year 4, but in case we do have a year 5, that is the plan. Any superstars? No, sadly. And then as far as the draft goes, there was not really anyone. I guess Singh, I was debating on taking the safety, so we'll take a look at him. After Singh, though, I wasn't going to take any of them. 74 overall, 92 speed. Oh, wow, we made a mistake, huh? 75 man, 75 zone. That corner we got, if he stays safety, isn't a bad safety, so say what you will. I do want to win right now, though, so do I want to start that young player? We're already starting enough youth as is. All right, year number 4, we actually are going to start Sanchez because he is 7 overalls higher than Hoskins, whereas Stewart's 3 different. 3 lower is not that big of a deal. Borden goes to 81 like we thought. The team looks good. We're just not winning for some reason. EA's hating on me. Finally, super happy as a Packers fan. You get Micah freaking Parsons. And they don't want to see me shine. They don't want to see me shine. We're going to go Chiefs playbook. Of course, we still have to do our training camp. And we will... I should probably do training camp before showing the team going forward so you actually know the overalls. It's you get it. Wide receiver, we're going to get the 2 upgrade points most of the time. QB, we're going to get 1. Running back, we're going to get 1. Pass rusher, 1. So on and so forth. But, we're going to change the scheme to Chiefs offense, and maybe this is our year. All right, contracts. Golden, Jordan Love again. Williams actually pretty cheap. Hobbs, Quay Walker again pretty damn cheap, but he's kind of getting to that point. Gary pretty cheap. So we actually have a lot more money than I would have thought. Who's the 87 overall? Elton Jenkins. Could actually keep him possibly. Yeah, I don't know if the salary cap is just exploding with our contracts exploding, but this has gone way smoother than I thought it was going to. I'll be honest. $32 million per year for Golden. I'm not even gonna really. I'm not gonna move it. His interest is far by. That's the fair contract. Okay, sure. Jordan Love looking like 61 probably. If I was him, I'd be like, hey, you just gave a non-quarterback 47. I'm getting 61. But we should be able to hit these contracts. We'll even get Savion. Boom. Finally, somebody actually wants to damn be here. But I get it. We're kind of struggling a little lately, so I would be maybe a little hesitant on re-signing, possibly. But we're at least getting most of these guys back. We're only doing one more year. Will this be a failed rebuild? That's the question. Hobbs, you're not going to get better than him at whatever position you're going to be playing him. 2, 3, 1, whatever. At this point, maybe free agency, I guess. Gary, at this point, again, it's the final year coming up. Might as well keep him 1 year, 22. Yeah, I mean, we kept pretty much everyone. We're probably going to lose Jenkins here, but that's fine. We got O-line ready to go. And hell, he's old enough to potentially retire. It would not surprise me to just see him go. Again, we're barely sneaking into the playoffs. 10-7 or 11-6. Regardless of the point, not impressive, like at all. And yeah, here we are, 11-6 on the road against the Vikings, who took the division. And the Lions are still around, so yeah, I mean, again, I'm not saying Micah Parsons automatically makes Green Bay the best team in the NFL, the NFC, everything, but I think it makes him better than 10 and 11 wins. They've done that without him. So I don't know, but sure, we'll see. It'll be remain to see still. Numbers about the same as usual, maybe a little worse than before. Blocking was great, though. Pass rush, D-line was really good. Parsons, amazing. Gary at 11, good. 4 for Hart, 3 for Cooper, 1 for Davis when it comes to picks. Cam Little, one of the best kickers in the entire game. Not a great year. Wheeling, though, he's been wheeling and dealing. Just perfect punting. Yearly awards. Friedman, is that a rookie? Jordan Love at 7. Packers with Parsons, defensive player of the year, number 2. Dude, I can't believe this. What is happening? What, 4 straight times now, I think? That is insane that Abdul Carter is literally like the next Micah Parsons during this rebuild. Either way, 91 overall versus 87 overall Vikings. If we don't win it this year, I don't know if we're ever winning it. Oh my, dude, it's getting worse with these Viking stadiums, dude. The Viking Stadium and who's the other one? I can't remember the other one. It's getting worse. Look at the lines, bro. 17-3 at halftime. This is the best we've had a start for. If we hop them to a field goal, 24-6. And I think we're going to win a playoff game. Oh, my God. Thank you, Vikings. I promise. I'll rebuild you next. I don't know if we're going to win a Super Bowl, but we'll rebuild you next. All right. Let's take a look at the numbers. Jordan Love crushed it. McCarthy, that is really surprising. 41%, under 100 yards for him. Running back situation in Minnesota, that is bad. That is something to worry about with rebuilding them. Darisaw gave up 4. Stockton. Okay, this is a Micah Parsons game, huh? 6! It's all worth it. 6 sacks from Micah Parsons. Oh, if he does that in real life, I'll buy a Micah Parsons Cowboys jersey as well as a Packers. How about that? I'm not going to do that. But, I'll tip my hat to the Cowboys fans. How about that? Is that good enough? Maybe. Divisional round, don't be the Eagles. I don't even want it to be the Commanders at this rate. I don't even know if they're in it. Oof, I don't like that either. Who do the Giants have to beat? Because I don't think they were... I clicked the wrong way again, but... No, they did have the bye. What the hell? Okay, we're going to have to look into the Giants scheme, dude. That scheme might be goated. We have them by 7 overalls. Come on, EA. Don't do it to me. Don't. Oh, it's a snowy one. These games have kind of historically went in New York's favor. So, just a little bit. I just think in general, like the Giants and Packers playoffs, it's been somewhat even, but for the most part, it's been a little bit more in favor of New York, sadly. Obviously, famously, Brett Favre's last throw as a Packer in the championship round against the Giants. Bad decision. What's new with him? And, yeah, with that, we're going to try to get some revenge maybe, as right now our defense is killing it, but our offense is not. Huge drive gone. 3rd and 10, 3rd and 15, 4th and 4. Come on, oh, you literally just need nice penalty. We love a good cheating around here. Green Bay, all those years, Bears fans, Lions fans always wanted to, cry. Oh, Green Bay, get all the flags. We throw a pick. Nice. Sure. Hey, if that's going to win us a Super Bowl, I'm down. Dude, that's crazy, though. In fairness, I have never seen... Wow, 4th and 1, they go for it. That's crazy. Maybe the weather played a factor. But yeah, I have never seen that. 3rd and 14. This is big, as they're only down by 8 right now. But yeah, I've never seen that many flags go for that distance. Which, speaking of going for that distance, how the hell are we going to get 13, 14 yards in this weather? It's a good throw, and it's behind them. I mean, that'll help set up a better punt, but yeah, there's no way. Giants down 8, I'm gonna go for that, Not a great punt. Oh my. Being conservative. It's cost Green Bay many years. 3rd and 6. They got all the time in the world, dude. So it's going to be 2-minute warning. Got 3 defensive linemen with Superstar. One of those is Mr. Micah. I've said his name a couple times this rebuild. I apologize. Scottaboo. 85 speed. That's what everyone's speed is in this one. Oh, I can't cover him. And I don't know what that is, but thankfully they ran into each other. Did Wandale try to draw a flag? What the hell is that? Oh, good defense, though, considering. I mean, that's Cooper going against freaking Wandale Robinson. I don't know how the hell that happened, but come on, guys. We're bringing the blitz. Getting a stop probably wins you the game. They're going to go for another shot. He has him. And I don't know how he drops it, because, again, just like in that Panthers rebuild I did, they wouldn't let me swat. But you know what? I don't care how it happens. They dropped it. We are likely going to be winning this game. They're going to still have another chance, but not much clock. No way. No way. So, okay, the clock is running. Here we go. Into the championship round. Green Bay, 21-13. Could be another year 4. Just saying, we're on an online league, so there's no way for me to pull any funny business. Because if there was, let me tell you, of course, Jordan Love, the defense has been really good, which is crazy because normally it's the defense, like, killing us. Oh, my Lord. The blocking was garbage. Micah Parsons before, but Burns, Whitman, well, this is actually a really even matchup. I'm actually kind of impressed. But yeah, the defense has really been the reason why we were losing these playoff games, right? Specifically the Eagles one, and then the Commanders, that second one, really bad. But right now, they're not, I wouldn't say carrying the team, but they're definitely pulling their own weight. I'll put it that way. Championship round. Don't let it be another NFC East team. Okay, the Rams aren't much better, but I would rather have them than the damn Eagles. On the other side is Jaguars-Ravens. Hopefully the Jaguars win, as we're trying to win this whole thing right now. Come on, 92-87. I mean, it's at least a win of a rebuild. It's not a failure anymore. 4 straight playoffs, one of them in the championship round. That's pretty good. End of the game. I don't know who's who. Right to left is them. We drive down for 3 points. We get a stop. We drive down for a 7. Nice. 10-7. Rams in the lead. Nope, 10-all. Huge opportunity here. Normally, I kind of just let the team do it, which they did cook. What is this? Oh, they're just going backwards. 4th and 16. Touchdown would put us in a really good spot. 24-10. Come on, D. We haven't really come out here because the team's actually doing pretty well on its own. Okay, 3rd and 8. This is a big opportunity. Holding them to a field goal because it's not the 4th quarter yet. I assume they kick a field goal here. I don't know if I really want to hit dime. I mean, the man coverage has been pretty good. We gotta say. It sounded like a chicken there. All right. Marshall, the quarterback, he actually ran for 10 yards on this drive to keep it alive. Oh, what a find. And that is going to be one of the big question marks of this damn team is those DBs. And we have upgraded the DBs quite a bit more than real-life Green Bay, so we'll see what happens there. Oh, my God, dude. How do you lose? How do you do that? 0-0 loss. 3rd and 5, of course, penalty. Nice. I don't know who got the sack, but they clutched. 3rd and 4, you got to get this first down. The team is reeling. This is damn near a guaranteed score if they make this play. Jared Verse, their very own, very good pass rusher as well. And there goes Jacobs. A lot of room. And he's running free. 92 yards. My biggest run, I think, of Madden 26. And it comes on the biggest stage. Second biggest stage. The championship round against the Rams. That is a demoralizer. It is an unexpected score after they got us backed up. And that could be it. Of course, the Rams are moving down the field with literally no issue. 3rd and 10, 4th and 7, or 4th and 3. They've obviously got to go for this. Blitzing has not really worked for us. I'll be real with you. Who's on what? Let's go Jabril Peppers. Just roam the middle of the field. We still got the edge blitzer. We're on this. And dropped! Turnover on downs. Edger and Cooper, just like in the Giants game, clutching the F up. Might be headed to a Super Bowl. That is a big first down, and we get nothing after that, but I think the clock is gone, and it is 31-17. We're headed to the Super Bowl. Year 4, our magical year. Come on, give it to us. And we really haven't played much of a factor, right? Like, we changed the playbooks, but we haven't played, the Packers are a pretty good scheme on their own. But we haven't, really played much of a factor. Like, we've actually hurt the team just as much as we've helped it, right? We get a couple of yards, but we haven't really converted anything. Some of our other rebuilds, we have purely willed them to win the games. But this one is just, the game, it's doing it, they're doing it themselves. Of course, we are the better team. We should be winning. Should be winning by more than we have, to be honest. But still, with the way Sim is, you just never know. And, of course, the Ravens. Oh, this is tough. This is going to be a tough one. I'm afraid of this. This is a tough one. Let's take a look at how the Ravens did, though. Obviously, we know they beat the Jags by 8. What about the other games, though? The Ravens by 11 over the Bills, and then by 13 over the Steelers. Some pretty decent teams there. Even the Jaguars themselves included. Let's take a look, though, at our dev up. So Jordan Love, X Factor. No one else goes up in dev, sadly, but that's fine. Team looks good. And then defensively, Cooper goes to Superstar, and I think Whitman goes to X Factor. Hart goes to Star. Okay. Davis still normal dev, but that's not bad. Whitman, obviously the biggest of them all, because going to Superstar to X Factor is massive 99% of the time. And that's not really even true at all. There's a lot of guys that are so old that they regress, retire the next year anyways. And then Hart, obviously a big one is, again, corner's been a big problem for us. Very glad to see us actually develop one of these guys. More of a safety than a corner, but, you know, there's not like every corner in the NFL history has been a better man guy or even a balanced guy. There's a lot of purely zone guys. The yap is over, though. Let's get this Super Bowl. We only have them by 3 overalls. Come on, Green Bay. Just kill them, please. I beg. Their O-line is not great anymore. And here it is, the flyby. Trying to get some revenge on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who, I mean, let's call it how it is. The Packers championship round, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, in the NFC championship where the Packers lost, they got hosed by the refs. Like, you know, it was a pretty clean game of, you know, this guy's grabbing, that guy's grabbing. We're not going to call anything. And then right at the end, they called a holding that would have given Green Bay a chance at the ball, despite blatant PIs by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that just weren't called, that literally led to a Hail Mary pre-half touchdown against Kevin King with Scotty Miller. You know, we got kind of bullcrap by the refs a little bit. So I'm just saying, you know, Green Bay should have played better, to be fair, but they did get, if you want to call who had more ref help, it was the Buccaneers. But at the same time, they should have been better. 21-3. Reminiscing / complaining, crying about the past, while the Green Bay Packers in year 4 have won a Super Bowl. Could you imagine? You know, it's just like, man, I hate those Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hope we win it in this stadium because of what they did. Which, to be fair, as far as getting BS by flags go, was pretty minimalistic. But obviously, you're going to start nitpicking when you get that bull crap right at the end. Oh, man. But, yeah, that is a successful rebuild. Again, we had a change of the Chiefs' offense, but I've had a lot of success with the Packers' rebuild playbooks. Last year, we won the most Super Bowls of the year with the Packers scheme. This year, we're off to more Packers offensive schemes than any other scheme as well. Yet in this one, I had to switch. Green Bay just wasn't getting done. But I will say, you know, regular season-wise, about the same success. It's just obviously the playoffs, winning a Super Bowl, kind of the ultimate goal. And because of that scheme, we were able to do that. Jordan Love, really the defense, though. I don't know if they allowed a single playoff touchdown from a quarterback. And, of course, their running game was basically dead, which the Ravens, obviously, we know they love to run the ball. Savion Williams was great. Costa giving us, dude, he literally put up the most sacks in NFL history in a single playoff run. What is this? I got to see the numbers. I got to see the final numbers for him in the playoffs. I need to see if any team has gotten a single passing touchdown, because I know there was multiple that there weren't. We'll definitely have to take a look at that, because I am actually curious about this. So throughout, obviously, really good regular seasons from Parsons, like 60 sacks and, 80 sacks in 4 years, I think, which is crazy. Maybe even a little bit more because that 27-sack season. But then, of course, the defense completely locking down. So obviously we know 0 touchdowns passing, 6 sacks there. Then we have this one against the Rams where, no, they did have 2 passing touchdowns. Okay, I'm just blind and have no memory. Then this one, sack totals, that is 1.5. So 7.5 sacks. We go on to the divisional round against the Giants, where, again, no passing touchdowns there. Where Parsons has 4, so that is 11.5 sacks. And then in the wild card round against the Vikings, 38-6, he had 6 sacks, 17.5 sacks in 4 games in the playoffs. Are you effing kidding me? That's all I gotta say. Career stats, let's look at some of these guys before we look at the actual player cards. Jacobs finishes, well, not finished, he's still got some years, but 12,000 with 118. Reed, 59 touchdowns, 6,000 yards. Golden, 44 with 32 already. Well on his way to becoming, one of the best Packers in NFL history, team history. Receivers-wise specifically. And then I got to see Parsons. 137 sacks with still like another double career to play. He might get 300 if he continues his pace. That's ridiculous. And of course, let's take a look at the team. Let's take a look at some of these guys, how they developed. Of course, it's our second Packers rebuild already of the year. Praise Jerry Jones for continuing my my streak of Green Bay Packers rebuilds. Of course, they did talk about fixing this outro loading, which, I mean, as long as you're getting half of it done, I'll appreciate the progress. I don't care about, Josh Jacobs and them. I'm sorry. Jacobs is great and all, but, whatever. Matthew Golden actually developed really evenly outside of that short route a little bit, but release is really good. Catching's great. Matthew Golden, dude, he killed it out the gate. Rookie of the year. I think he even won Offensive Player of the Year that year. And then obviously getting the X Factor at the end of the season in general. Jaden Reed, release is a little iffy. Short route's a little iffy, as you'd expect. But of course, we were kind of focusing him on the wide receiver drills. Didn't always get gold, but, got gold here and there. Looking at Savion Williams. Short route's a little iffy. Release is great. Juke ability is pretty good. Obviously, he's the gadget player for Green Bay this season. He could be special, man. Really didn't talk enough about him in this one, but, it is what it is. Got a lot of receivers in front of him, technically. Josh Borden. That is, this is what I'm hoping Tucker Kraft becomes in real life. I think he could be a very good tight end, but again, can Green Bay even afford him? And then I guess we'll look at Anthony Belton. Why not? Real life draft pick, so more of a guard than a tackle. Definitely gave up quite a bit of sacks, but I've seen a lot worse from a lot better. So again, with Madden's sack allowed system, it is what it is, right? We've seen worse in the past Maddens as well. And it's kind of crazy to think because this year, the sack numbers are exploded. 22 and a half sacks, we're close enough usually to be the best sacker on the season. We'll take a look at Herrera as well. Quay Walker's only 84 overall, doesn't matter, but Herrera was a guy we didn't expect to develop, and we got him really late, and he did develop. He's superstar dev, and looks good to me. Hobbs, sure, 86 overall, why not? I never expected him to even get to this point. Green Bay with all the zone coverage in the world, which, fair enough, not the most aggressive at times. And then Hart, obviously 84 overall. We know his zone coverage is even higher than his man. Very good. Speedy. Kind of zooming through that. My bad. But I usually glance and look pretty quickly. I suppose it's probably easier for me to see those things because I know what I'm looking for. Whereas if you're watching, another zone guy, dude, if you're not really paying attention, you're going to miss it. I just go through it. Mock speed. Gary, it is what it is. Parsons, though, definitely want to see. Jeez. He is just an athletic specimen, to be fair, but wow. Wow. And then defensive tackles, we have Whitman, the 87 overall X Factor. I never thought we would get a non-nose tackle this high. We have just struggled. A lot of normal devs, a lot of star devs at best, but we actually did really well with that draft. Most of our drafts are a little iffy, but that one definitely not one of them. Very good. And then Alvarado, not really great at anything, but block shed's decent. So fair enough there. And that is going to be it for this realistic style Green Bay Packers rebuild on Madden 26, of course, with Micah Parsons. If you guys really enjoyed this one and, how kind of quickly we got this out, because I imagine I'm going to get this out literally today, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I appreciate your support on the channel. Follow me to Jeromepkr, second channel to care places for non-Madden content. Make sure you hit the bell notification to know when we upload next. Maybe we'll have a Panthers franchise video tomorrow. I'm not sure because this is coming out a bit late, so I want this to have a chance. 24 hours is usually what most people want to have for their videos to get, watched the most. So this would potentially, Friday might be the first non-upload day we're going to have since Madden 26 came out. But, with another 2 videos on Saturday, another 2 videos on Sunday, and, whatever going forward, technically we're getting 1 per day at least anyways. So whether it's Panthers franchise tomorrow or not, we'll see you back on Saturday 100%. So yeah, let me know what you guys think the Packers are going to do, how the NFC North is going to shape up. And again, who do you think won the trade? I think most people are going to say Packers, but what would you give the grade a trade? Like, I would give Green Bay an A, not A+, because that is a crazy cost. And then the Cowboys got to go B-. B- because their cap situation is tough, especially with Dak. But they can't get rid of a generational player for what seems to be 2 playoff-bound draft picks and a older, regressing Kenny Clark. I think they could have got more. It's not even just about losing Parsons, but it's also I think they could have got more from a team that's more likely to lose. But we'll see. Maybe Green Bay just has a really unlucky injury and boom, top 10 draft pick, Dallas Cowboys, they win the trade. Who knows? Hopefully not. But anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, See ya.